recording.
Good morning. On behalf of the International Criminal Court Bar Association, I extend my greetings and the greetings of the ICCBA to all of our friends and colleagues that are attending and participating in this very important event, commemorating and marking the 30th anniversary of the trial of Klaus Barbie. Whilst we have various speakers from the ICCBA that will be with you, we thought it important that as president of the ICCBA, I say a few words. Because the Klaus Barbie trial is one of the pivotal trials in the movement towards international criminal justice being a reality and not just rhetoric. After Nuremberg and the subsequent trials, it's well known that there were certain pivotal cases that have had a decisive role in the progression of international law. One can mention the Eichmann case, one can mention the Pinochet case, but the case against Klaus Barbie is undeniably a critical and important moment in the evolution and growing maturity of international justice. After 2 trials in absentia, it is a triumph that finally the accused, known as the Butcher of Lyon, was brought before an independent and impartial court of law and tried, and then ultimately, of course, convicted by dint of evidence. That was a notable achievement, and the defense, through the participation of Jacques Vergès, put forward a defense. Now, of course, many commentators would say there is no similarity between the crimes of Klaus Barbie and the crimes or the misconduct of colonialism. But the fact that he was entitled to a lawyer of his choice, and the fact that he was entitled to put forward a defense that he thought fit, however wise or however imprudent, was a notable achievement of the French legal system, and it was also important in relation to the rights of the accused. The fact that notwithstanding that representation of his choice, verdicts of guilty were entered, consistent with the evidence, was of course some comfort to the victims. The crimes of Klaus Barbie do not need to be recited. One shudders in the comfort of the 21st century in these rooms at the thought of children being sent to concentration camps and being killed. Yet unfortunately, the promise of never again has been exposed as rhetoric, because we have seen crimes committed on massive scales in Rwanda, in the former Yugoslavia. Even today in Myanmar, the Rohingyas are suffering. In the Middle Eastern region, Syria, Libya, the growing crimes of Daesh, we see crimes that shock the conscience of humanity. That's the cliche, shocking the conscience of humanity. And yet we must somehow endeavour to ensure that the shock is not transitory and does not subdue when CNN or France 24 or Al Jazeera move to the next story. But we need to commit ourselves to trying to stop the type of crimes that Klaus Barbie has committed from being committed again. We note that this conference is focusing on the future. It is focusing on the achievements of the Hiss and Habri trial. We note very properly that an important focus is going to be on victim rights and victim participation. These are essential elements, and they are elements that international justice owes a great debt to France and the civil law system. Together, I hope the next 2 days will be a time for reflection. And I wish you very great success in marking this important event and coming up with strategies and ideas so we all learn as lawyers, and as a society, that the world has to do better. Many thanks indeed.